The common sense lesson plan that I chose was called Big Big Data, and it's for seventh graders. And it's all about how companies collect and use data about people. And I chose this one because I think it's important because oftentimes we don't think when we go online that there's so many people watching what we do and just taking that information. And it's important to know what they're using it for and why they're doing it and how to prevent people from seeing what we're doing online. So the lesson has a couple of objectives and is to explain why information about them and their behavior is valuable to companies, analyze how certain types of data are used by companies, and learn three strategies to limit individual data collection by companies. So the lesson starts off with a series of questions asking students like if they were to design a product, um what questions would they ask people, and just to get them thinking about it. And this would be similar to the questions that companies are asking consumers and the data that they're trying to figure out to design their products. So we're asking students, what kind of data do you think companies look at the most? And a lot of the data companies look at is through the internet and social media. So they want to know what their customers like to do, which sites they like to visit, and what products they like to buy. And this helps them design other products or know what is in need and what people want. And there are many ways the companies get behavioral data. So, to demonstrate this, there's a correlating worksheet that goes with it, and it's about a company called Threadmeister. And the students have to use the data over here on the left and figure out what that might mean for their new product. And based off of the data, they have to create their own product, something that would sell well in the market. So they have to think like the companies and target the consumers. So this allows the roles to be switched so the students can see exactly where the companies are coming from and the data that they need in order to do their jobs. And after this, I'll let the students draw out their things, and I'll have them each individually share them with the class. And everybody should have drawn something similar because all of the points lead to something similar. And after that, we'll talk about how we can prevent companies from doing this. And there's a slideshow that goes along with it. And this was one of my favorite slides from that. And it talks about turning off cookies and adjusting your privacy settings and limiting what you share. And all of these things are important for students so they know how to prevent people from seeing what they're doing online and just grant themselves a little more privacy because it's important. But um it's just important to remember that people can always see what you're doing online. And I think the ISTE student standard that goes with this is digital citizen because they get to learn how what their digital information is being used for and how to prevent that from happening. And then for teachers, I would say this would be teacher as a learner because this is a different type of like education that not a lot of teachers teach, like digital citizenship and learning and knowing all the ins and outs of digital citizenship and conveying them to the students will help them be safer online as well.